Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Sergey and I'm the owner of Sergey Green Studio. We provide wedding photography and videography services here in Los Angeles. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about proposals. We're going to be talking about how to plan your perfect proposal. And I'm going to be talking about it slightly from the photography point of view, but all of this would be very, very helpful for you to organize your perfect proposal, whether you are in Los Angeles or in California or anywhere else, really. And let's get started right away. And as any event, the plan is the key over here. You should think about the timeline, you should think about the different details, how you're going to organize things, what is your option that available around you, all of that. And let's go step by step through all of these things that I just mentioned. Well, first of all, you need to pick the perfect engagement ring. And in our specific case, what is important is that whether you making this ring together or you designing this engagement ring secretly from your partner, and it would determine whether your proposal is secret in general, whether it's a secret operation, or you guys organizing everything together and everybody is aware of that it's happening. It doesn't really make big of a difference in terms of the planning overall, but in one case you will have to be very, very careful and you're going to do everything on your own. In the other case, you might do this together in some way, but still, it's one person proposing to another. So in my mind, it's 100% responsibility to organize everything when you're proposing to someone in any case. I also talk about how to choose the perfect engagement ring on my other channel. I have another business and we're making custom engagement rings. So I'll link it down below in the description. Check it out. In this video, we just don't really have time talking about the engagement ring specifically. The second step is, the second point is to make sure that you take in your time, that you understand the timeline of the process overall. And what do I mean over here? I heard many stories when the guy decided to propose and he just go to the store because there is no time to make a custom engagement ring and just buying what it is there on the spot. And it's usually a pretty standard average design. You don't really want to do that. You want to take your time to make the ring, and to make the ring it usually takes like 8 to 10 weeks or so. You also want to take your time to, and that's very important, to educate yourself on the rings, about the gold, about the different gemstones, and again, all of this information on my other channel. You want to also make sure that there is enough time for shipment, there is enough time for planning the actual proposal and things like that. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to be like, hey, right now is May and I want to propose by the end of this month. It's not going to work like that. Of course, you can make it work, but you're going to spend quite a lot of money and you're not going to get the result you and the most importantly, your partner want or desire. So time is very crucial over here. The next step is to choose a very special place for your proposal. And of course, it's going to be based on your specific love story. You might have your very specific place, maybe where you met, or maybe where you like to spend time with each other. Or it's also might be your personal preferences. Like specifically here in Los Angeles, we have absolutely everything. You can go on a yacht from Marina del Rey to Malibu and back, and that's a very romantic thing to do in general. You can rent a helicopter in Burbank Airport and go all the way up the hill and make a picnic over there. You can go and travel to the PCH and stop in Big Sur somewhere at the beautiful hotel. You can go to Joshua Tree. There's so many options really over here. It's really hard to choose, and I'm going to make a separate video about it. If you are somewhere else, Why would you be if you have a Los Angeles, by the way? But anyway, if you are somewhere else, there's tons of places to go as well. For example, I went to Utah recently, and there's so many options there where to propose, and the scenery going to be just incredible. Same for New York, Colorado, and few other spots. Really, I mean, all of the spots in the world. I would only suggest to avoid the common and standard places. Let's say if you're in New York, think about the places other than Chrysler Building. There's much more options out there, but again, it should resonate with you. Also, another very good thing is to go for a trip, whether it's something local, let's say like Catalina Island for us here in Los Angeles, or you going somewhere further. That's just a very nice thing to do from the psychological point of view. You just going away from your work and from all of your worries and everything. You just shifting your mind to the traveling state, I would say, to exploring state, and that's just a much nicer place to be for the proposal itself. The next step might be a suggestion just to consider, is to bring your friends and family to the proposal itself. And it's actually pretty common. It's not a very common thing to photograph and do the videos for us, but we're doing about 30 proposals a year or so. And lots of the time we have family and friends. And that's not a very big problem to hide these people. We will consult you on that. So whatever spot you choose, your family and friends can be there, and they will jump out of the bushes or something like that when you're going to do actual proposal. But you should just think whether it resonates with you, whether you like this idea, and whether your partner, most importantly, like this idea or not. The point number 6, and of course, that's consider hire a photographer. I never heard that someone is regretting hire a photographer for engagement for the proposal photo shoot. The main concern over here is whether you are going to keep this idea about secret operation or you planning the proposal together. And we talked about it previously on the engagement ring stage. But what I want to say from my point of view is that, for example, when I shoot proposals, I just grab my small camera with 2 lenses with me, so I'm not carrying any backpacks or anything like that. I'm just a regular person on this spot, and I look like everyone else really around that area. So it's really hard to notice me until I start taking photos. Same for the videographer. It's pretty easy thing to photograph or to capture the video. So the videographer can work with a very small thing. At the same time, we will be able to mic you. So there is going to be a microphone like that, a little bit more discreet, of course. And it's not going to be noticeable, but the thing is, you will hear the various special words that is going to be there. Some people think that it's possible to get the shots on the iPhones. It's not going to be the same. Obviously, it's not going to be the same. The photo is going to be way, way different. So it's really up to you over here. But again, I never heard that someone is regretting that, and we never spoil the actual proposal or anything like that. So it's a very good idea. Next thing is to plan the day overall, because on that day you're not only proposing, the whole day, the entire day is very special. So you should think how this day is going to start. Maybe you want to go for breakfast or brunch or something like that. Where you're going to go after that, how you're going to spend your afternoon, and also, most importantly, how you're going to spend your evening after you propose. What are you going to do? You're going to go to a restaurant, you're going to go to some nice hotel or something like that, or you're going to go glamping. Like, there's tons of options out there what to do. but you should not ask yourself a question after the proposal, where are we going? So you should know exactly where you go. You should have a table booked, or anything else, really, whatever have you. And the last thing that I want to mention, and that's very important, and usually I see the little problems over here, and that is, I would highly recommend to practice your speech. Not only to write it down, many people do that, of course, but it's very important to practice your speech in front of the mirror. Whatever you feel comfortable, you can do it 5 times, you can do it 10 times, but you should able to say that. I know you're gonna be nervous in everything, and it might happen that you're not gonna be able to say absolutely anything except for maybe like few words, will you marry me? But it's a nice thing to practice, especially if you have the video. But don't feel pressure on that or anything like that. Just make it nice, make it very short, make it about 2 of you. Do not just go and Google it and just go with that. Make it, it's very special about 2 of you. It's very memorable, and it's very, very important. I cannot highlight enough how important is that for your partner to hear that words. So that's a very important part. And I think if you're going to follow all of that, your proposal is going to be an incredibly special thing. In any case, even if you're going to go just down on your knee and give the ring to your partner, it's already special. Even if you're doing this in your living room, it's already special. But you can make it much more special if you're going to take your time and plan absolutely everything. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestion about this video and about this topic, please leave them in the comments. I'll use this information for the next video or for Q&A. Thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate you liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And I'll see you next Thursday. Thank you again so much for watching.